beautiful wisdom mountain with us. So he's going to talk about vision of the future with meditation on Karmateet stage. So he will give us his insights with experience, and as well as halfway through, Brother Jagdish Bhai from Australia, he will join, and he will ask some question and take us too deep in this subject. So hope we all enjoy. Om Shanti. Over to Atam Prakash Bhaiji. Excuse me, just one announcement. I just found somebody's HP pen drive. If anyone have lost, just come to us. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Baba has given us the vision of future, that we will become prince, princess, and God, goddesses in the first birth of Golden Age. For achieving this highest vision, we have to imbibe highest moral values in our life. Baba is giving us sustenance every day. We are listening knowledge through Murli and practicing yoga every day. By receiving the power of knowledge and power of yoga, we can achieve this vision of future easily. But for becoming God and Goddess in Golden Age, we should achieve the angelic stage in our Brahmin life. But sometimes we are thinking to experience angelic stage is not easy for me. While performing actions in Laukik life, for that, first of all, we must experience or we must understand what is an angelic stage. Angelic stage is the stage in which we experience ourselves as an angel, full with spiritual intoxication, full with godly powers, and full with godly virtues. And simultaneously we can experience, I am having beautiful crown of purity, and my intellect is constantly linked with Baba. This is called an angelic stage. But for experiencing this angelic stage in Brahmin life, we have to experience Karmateet stage. What is Karmateet stage? In Karmateet stage, we experience ourselves beyond the awareness of physical organs and beyond the influence of actions which are performing throughout the day. That is called Karmateet stage. While performing action, we must experience beyond the influence of that action, and simultaneously we must experience beyond the awareness of karmendriya, means physical organs. We heard from our seniors, dadis, regarding Brahma Baba. Dadi used to explain that we observe very good stage of Brahma Baba, Karmateet stage of Brahma Baba. While performing action, Brahma Baba was totally detached on one side and completely attached with Baba, Shiv Baba, was deeply lost in Baba's remembrance. When Dadi used to talk with Brahma Baba, they were observing physically Brahma Baba is here in this corporeal world, but mentally he is in incorporeal world with Shiv Baba. By observing Baba's eyes also, they could experience Karmateet stage. Baba is physically here, but mentally deeply lost in Baba's remembrance in soul world. Brahma Baba is a very good example of Karmateet stage. And I experienced Prakash Mani Dadiji, Janki Dadiji also. Prakash Mani Dadiji, at the last stage, in those last days, she was in corporeal body, but by observing her face, we could experience she is totally detached from her corporeal body, but she is deeply lost in Baba's remembrance. If we really would like to experience this Karmateet stage while performing our daily activities, we must experience Karma Yoga stage. Karma and Yoga must be together. Baba has said, those are my powerful children, Mahavir children. They are having the ability of maintaining yoga while performing action also. If we practice karma and yoga simultaneously, we could earn double income. What is the method of becoming karma yogi? Method is simple. While performing action through our physical organs, we must keep on focusing the eye of our intellect on Shiv Baba in soul world. When the eye of our intellect would be focused on Baba, then automatically our mind would think about Baba's form, Baba's virtues, Baba's knowledge, about Baba only. That is called Karam Yoga. While performing action, maintaining link with Baba, connection with Baba, and receiving powers from Baba.
योगी बनो ज्ञानी बनो योगी जीवन है प्यारा योगी बनो ज्ञानी बनो योगी जीवन है प्यारा काम क्रोध मद लोभ मोह वश आज है सब मोहताज योग लगा कर पाप मिटा ले स्वर्ग सजा ले तू आज काम क्रोध मद लोभ मोह वश आज है सब मोहताज योग लगा कर पाप मिटा ले स्वर्ग सजा ले तू आज जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझा ले पावन बन कर आज योगी बनो ज्ञानी बनो योगी जीवन है प्यारा संगम युग में परम पिता शिव कहते हैं राज तू है एक अविनाशी आत्मा सुन लो मेरी आवाज संगम युग में परम पिता शिव कहते हैं राज तू है एक अविनाशी आत्मा सुन लो मेरी आवाज सुख शांति और पावनता से झोले भर लो आज योगी बनो ज्ञानी बनो योगी जीवन है प्यारा परम धाम से आए हैं शिव ब्रह्मा तन आधार मुक्ति और जीवन मुक्ति का जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार परम धाम से आए हैं शिव ब्रह्मा तन आधार मुक्ति और जीवन मुक्ति का जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार चलना है चलना है घर वापस अब तो यही ज्ञान का सार योगी बनो ज्ञानी बनो योगी जीवन है प्यारा योगी जीवन है प्यारा योगी जीवन है प्यारा
For maintaining Karmateet stage, we must experience Karam Yoga stage. And I would like to share some valuable tips which would be very useful for you for becoming Karam Yogi. First tip. While performing action, we must not have role consciousness, but we must have soul consciousness. Because when we would have role consciousness, because of that we could experience inferiority or superiority complex in a gathering, which can create problem for having connection with Baba. But instead of that, if we maintain soul conscious stage while performing action, we can maintain brotherhood vision and we can practice Karam Yoga very easily. Second tips. While performing action, we must experience godly intoxication. Because while performing action, there would be the possibility of having influence of three things on our soul. First thing, maybe possibility of having the influence of the actions which we are performing. Secondly, maybe the possibility of having the influence of our service companion, the stage of service companion on the soul. Thirdly, there may be the influence of that particular atmosphere in which we are performing action. If we really would like to remain free from these influences of all the three things, we must maintain spiritual intoxication. When we experience spiritual intoxication, automatically we would remain free from the influence of all the things. Third tips. For maintaining Karam Yoga stage, we must remain free from the burden of our Laukik and Alaukik responsibility. We must keep the burden of responsibility on Baba's shoulder. We must remain the light, experience lightness. When we remain light, then automatically we can get the flight of Paramdham and we can be with Baba and we can maintain very good stage of Karma Yoga. While performing action, we must be free from the burden of our responsibilities. Fourth tip is, while performing action, we must maintain the stage of detached observer. When we maintain stage of detached observer, then automatically we can be attached with Baba easily. See, Brahma Baba is in subtle region and he is observing this unlimited drama from the subtle region as a detached observer. We must learn this art from Brahma Baba also. And fifth tips is, while performing action, we must experience that I am the incarnation of angel. Either angel descends from the land of angel on this field of action, performing action. I am an incarnation of an angel. If we maintain this stage, then automatically we can experience Karam Yoga stage. Sixth tip is we must remain free of having clash on the field of action. We must keep 3 service companions with us: patience, peace, and love. If this service companion would be with us, then we can remain free from the clashes on the field of service. 7th tip is we must keep on increasing the treasure of an elevated actions. We must keep the Lakshmi Narayan, example of Lakshmi Narayan, in front of us. Am I having the actions like Lakshmi Narayans? They were performing action while remaining detached from the influence of actions. And for that we must maintain the balance of loving and detached stage. Then automatically we can increase the treasure of an elevated actions. Tips number 8. While performing action, there must not be expectation of fruit of that action. If we remember the fruit of that action, we may forget Baba. Because whatever the actions we are performing, definitely we can get the fruit of that action. That is why there must not be expectation of fruit of that action which we are performing. Tips number 9. For maintaining Karam Yoga stage, we must experience ourselves that I am an instrument of God. Baba is Karan Karavanhar. I am just instrument. Thread of my intellect is in Baba's finger. He is doing service through me. I am just like a puppet. I am not doing anything. Baba is doing service through me. Then automatically we can experience lightness and we can experience easily connection with Baba. If we would have the awareness that I am performing that action, then Baba would be detached. We may not able to get the help to experience help from Baba also. And tips number 10. Baba has given us the toy of service. We must play with that toy of service by keeping the future vision of Karmateet stage in our intellect. By playing with this tie of service, I have to achieve Karmateet stage. When the children are remaining busy while playing with the toy, we are laughing. Oh, he's just playing and wasting time. In the same way, Baba had given us this toy of service. But we must not remain deeply lost in the service, in the actions. If we become action conscious, then we will not become Baba conscious. That is why we must maintain yoga stage while performing action, just by thinking, I am playing with this toy of service. And if we really would like to maintain very good stage of Karam Yoga, every day at Amrit Vela, after having powerful yoga, we must have determined thought today throughout the day, I really would like to maintain very good stage of Karam Yoga. If you have determined thought at Amrit Vela, then there would be influence of that thought on a whole day routine. We can easily maintain Karam Yoga stage. Many souls, they are thinking while just by performing actions through hand is actions. But seeing also action, talking is also action, listening also is action, thinking also is action. It means we are performing action throughout the day. That is why we must keep on remembering Baba constantly. Then easily we can maintain Karmateet stage. And when we experience Karmateet stage, then automatically we can experience an angelic stage. Until we will not become an angel, we will not become a deity, God and Goddess. That is why the future aim must be in front of us all the time. And Baba had given us two important treasure of time and treasure of thoughts. We must use these two treasures economically, then automatically we can fulfill our vision of future. Brother Jagdish ji? Yes.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
I think one of my job up here is to make the program seriously entertaining. And I'm sure you must have had a long day. So it might be a good idea if you can maybe smile a bit. I have a very long time connection with Atam Bhai. I would say since 1986 onwards. In those days, I would assume both of us were young. and many senior teachers that we had before, they were very young, not just young, but very enthusiastic about serving anyone who comes to Madhuban. They were so enthusiastic that they were prepared to kind of give a one-to-one tuition very often. And Atambai was one of them, and I can still recall one year, I suppose late 80s or early 90s, when I came to Madhuban, he said to me, Jagdish Bhai, you know what I suggest to you? In this trip, just do one thing and don't do anything else. Don't even remember Baba, just do one thing. I said, really? I said, what would you like to do? And I was very serious, because one of my good things about, talking about visions, and I had these visions, that whatever Baba says in Murli, I must experience, and I must experiment and experience to kind of reaffirm myself that yes, this works. And it fills me with power. And visions exactly does the same thing. And Atambai said, for the next 2 weeks, I just want you to practice one thing. Just be soul conscious. I don't know whether Atambai remembers or not.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
But I haven't forgotten, because that lesson even Shiv Baba always reinforces, that we come back to the basic. Become soul conscious, become soul conscious. And I said, not remembering Baba, but that's not the way it works. When I become soul conscious, remembrance is also automatic. It just follows. But that was one thing, and I did try. And I must say, with full 100% confidence, that it was magical. And that's what I like about good old days. And that's what I want you to experience today, the good old days. So, Atambai, I would ask you the first question. The thing that you told me to do, if today these Baba's children ask you, or even if they don't ask you, what would you tell them to do for the next whatever days they stay here, that they can actually take something magical with them?
See, after 2 days, we are going to meet Baba, God. If you really, really would like to take maximum benefit of Baba's meeting, I would like to suggest you, practice deep soul conscious stage with very good self-respect. Because when you would be in the audience in Diamond Hall, and if you would be in that elevated stage of deep soul conscious and deep spiritual intoxication, you would enjoy Baba's meeting wonderfully. That moments would be unforgettable. When Baba's drishti will fall on you, you just try to receive powerful current from Baba's drishti and just keep on seeing Baba's face and fill your heart with the feelings, spiritual feelings. All the time, just look at Baba, how he is talking, how he is expressing his love, how he is dealing. Just enjoy that moments and fill your heart with true godly love. I believe that meeting would be really, really wonderful. This is my suggestion.
There you are. You can take that on board. It is actually, I personally have found that since we have become Babas, we have to take some kind of a challenge. And the amazing thing is, I don't know about others, to those who have done bhakti and devotion, that in devotion we, for some reason, we do a lot of amazing things, impossible things, like, for example, fasting for 9 days, fasting for 5 days, or, walking for long distances, trying to arrive to a temple, all sorts of things we did. And then one day I sat down, I said, what happened now? I actually found God. Why can I not take the same challenge now? Because if I did, I could even become a million times greater than what I did in bhakti. Now, the other thing, today's topic is about visions, because visions are absolutely important in life. And another word I would like to use is imagination, because the word imagine comes from the word image in. And I've been told by psychologists that anybody who has got image or forms an image in, which is similar to kind of vision, it kind of takes a very powerful, it feels so much of power in the soul. It motivates that person to do and achieve whatever he wants. But the prerequisite, I must have a vision. For example, Brahma Baba had a lot of visions. Now I'll ask this question again to Atambai. Brahma Baba had a vision of his future self, right? And Brahma Baba also had a vision of the new world. And then Shiv Baba says, now you have to become like this and create the new world like that. But before that vision, Brahma Baba had a vision of the destruction of the world. And I was wondering whether the first vision, destruction of the world, has filled him with so much of disinterest in him that it gave him enough power to fulfill the second vision, that now that this world is going to finish, so I must become like this, and I must form a world like this. Of course, Shiva was going to do it. He just had to surrender it. So, would you say, Atambai, if I had a vision or we had vision that I want to do something like this, should I also have a vision of destruction to fill myself with ample power to carry on with this vision?
Actually, Brahma Baba had the vision. But we are now practically seeing the destruction in this world with these eyes. Vision is different, and practical vision or practical seeing is a very realistic thing. If you look at the world at present time, everywhere lots of problems, serious problems. Destruction is already going on. Look at few days ago, there was bomb blast in Delhi. Everywhere some or another problems are there. That is why when we observe this destruction in this present world, we must also experience unlimited disinterest about this world. And then automatically we can become powerful for fulfilling our future vision. Baba has said that once destruction starts, you cannot do anything. That is why before starting the destruction, we must claim our full inheritance from Baba. And that is why our vision must be very clear. In golden age, I really would like to achieve this status, higher status. In confluence age also, I would like to achieve very good stage of Karmateet stage. Then automatically you can use seriously invaluable treasure, treasure of time and treasure of thoughts in your efforts, and you can achieve your aim and object very easily. Baba has said that success is the shadow of determination. As much determination would be there, that much success would be in that particular task. That is why we must have always determination that I want to achieve such type of the higher stage of yoga, higher stage of Karmateet stage, higher stage of an angelic stage, and definitely we would have a very good stage status in golden age also. This is my thinking.
Thank you, Atambai. That's true. Can I ask you, based on that, sometimes we have visions, but for some reason or other, putting the vision into practical form, it kind of is delayed for some practical reasons. I mean, different people, wherever you are living or whatever work you are in or professions, or, there must be things that are kind of causing obstacles in achieving this vision. Would you like to suggest kinds of obstacles that might delay our visions?
See, brother, nowadays there is a very big maya of mobile and TV, social media. Maya had given the toy of mobile in everybody's hand.
I've got it in
This
my
toy
hand,
would be there.
but I'm using it fruitfully.
Actually, these are the time killers. Baba has said on one hand, you must earn lots of spiritual income on one hand, but the science, social media creates lots of things which create obstacle in our progress. To be honest, we are all the hero actors in this unlimited drama. And whatever the invention is taking place there, Baba has said that all the things which are invented is because of you, hero actor. But we must think how much I must use this social media, WhatsApp, mobile, TV. We must use for that limited time. But if we use that more and more, then that creates really problem in our progress. We get distracted easily. We forget our future vision easily. And that is why we become the slow efforts maker. Baba has said that you have to become intensive efforts maker because there is a short time left for earning spiritual income. That is why we must use every second, every moment of this confluence age for earning spiritual income. And we must be careful for using this social media and these things, whatever Maya created at present time.
Yeah, I'm sure we all agree with Atambai that, we make a lot of promises to Baba, we have a lot of visions, or we have a vision of what I want to become, what I want to do in my Brahman life. But time and again, there's different things that comes into my life, and it kind of slows down my progress. And sometimes it slows down to such an extent that we even forget about the vision. And then we come to a point that we even forget what we forgot. you might want to understand that later. We forget what we forgot. Now, the other thing, vision, I can tell you, the whole world uses this term vision. I, as a school teacher, still remember, and every time the school begins, the first thing the school begins is, all teachers gather around and the principal would say, we must have a vision as to what kind of a school we want to have. And once we have agreed on the vision, then all the action plans are always made around the vision only. And business people have they have a vision as to what kind of business they want to have. The leaders, every leader has like Gandhi, Baba mentions Gandhi now and then, that he had a vision that I want to establish the kingdom of Rama. And it kind of made him fearless. His vision of making Bharat into kingdom of Rama filled him with so much power that he was virtually fearless, regardless of all the obstacles they had to face. Same thing with like Nelson Mandela. And many leaders in the past and present, even our friend Donald Trump has a vision. I want to make America great again. I hope I haven't offended anyone. But, he thinks that he has a vision too, that I want to do this. And so all the actions he is taking is also based on, I want to make this once again. Now, not only that, the movie makers, you might, I don't know if you are as old as I am, in those days you also had movies where there was space traveling, people went on moon, other planets, Star Wars in the previous and all those kinds of things. I mean, at that time, I don't think the scientists, the government ever thought about, going to space, landing on moon. But that vision of the movie makers actually was taken up, both by scientists and the government, and put them into practical. And now we see people, go into space as if they are flying on a commercial airline or something like that. Not only that, scientists have created a lot of things. They have visions as to how powerful bombs I can make or weapons I can make, but they do have visions, and that's what motivates them. And Stephen Hawking, somebody asked him, where on earth do you get these ideas about astronomy without any evidence? He said, I sit down and I look at the stars for hours and hours and hours. And then the ideas come into my mind. And sometimes I see these things and I say, oh my God, I wish we can sit down for hours and hours and just look at one star. Chibaba. I think we would have reached Karmateet stage by now. Now, Brahma Baba, he had a lot of visions. Brahma Baba had visions that one day my double foreign children will come. Now, I still remember in the 80s, Dadis used to say, we never ever had the dream or imagination, how would people from foreign land come here? They said. And now, when Dadiji saw foreigners coming here, he says, that was the vision of Brahma Baba. And Baba said, we have to make a lot of buildings because there will be a lot of children coming. In those days, again, buildings were built, but nobody ever imagined that we will have to have a building that will accommodate 25,000 Baba's children to meet Baba. And now, buildings are endlessly being made. It's never stopped. It goes on and on and on. And again, that's Baba's vision. Now, everything Baba also had visions that all the religious leaders are going to come here and sit on the stage. And now we actually see them coming. Is that right, Atambai? A lot of religious leaders are coming here. They are not only coming here to sit on the stage, they are actually praising Brahma Kumaris.
Yeah. Yes, nowadays many spiritual leaders are coming to Baba for receiving the toli, prasad of power, spiritual powers from Baba. It's really, that vision is coming true. Now, I would like to share very special secret. Can I?
Why not?
Baba used to say in Murli every day, please remember me only, don't remember anybody else. But why, Baba? Why I should remember you, please? Please tell me. I got the answer of this. Because Baba is the only source of spiritual powers. No one else in this world. He is an unlimited source of spiritual energy. He is an unlimited source of spiritual energy. And there is a universal law. Energy is always flowing from higher point to lower point. When we is the well-wisher of we children, Baba always think that every my child must have the treasure store of powers with them. Because we have to charge the battery of the soul, and we have to donate the powers to unlimited souls through the Mansa Seva. And that is why, through Baba's remembrance, only we can increase the treasure store of powers, we can achieve Karmateet stage, we can experience angelic stage, and we can fulfill the vision of our future also. And our race is in yoga. Always remember, our race is in yoga subject. Others three subjects, knowledge, inculcation of virtues, and service, these are the supporting subject. But our main subject is yoga. And we don't want to become only runner in this race. We would like to become winner in this spiritual race. That is why we must keep on remembering Baba as much as possible.
Time is running short, but I do like to share one thing, and I'll ask one more question, which is a very important question because Baba has repeated this many times in Murli. I will tell you what he has repeated and you'll probably remember. It is now time to give vision of the future through your features. Hands up if you remember this. Baba has said that many times. It is now time to give the vision of the future through your features. So before I ask Atam Bhai that how we can actually give the vision of the future through our features. And I definitely do not want to leave this stage without sharing one thing. Hands up if you have some kind of a vision in your Brahman life. It's okay if you don't have. That's great. That's great because, it all depends. And I would like to share you one character who was the founder of mindfulness. I won't be able to pronounce his name. He's a Vietnamese, so they may be able to help me. And he was interviewed on the opera show, and he was asked one question. When did you decide to actually become a monk? And he said, when I was 8 years old. Seriously, she said, would you actually want to become a monk at the age of 8 years old? And he says, why? Why at 8 years old? That's the time when you would like to enjoy life. But forget about enjoying life at that period of time because then there was this Vietnam War going on. And there was bombs this side, people dying that side, people crying, all sorts of things were happening. And he said, when I was 8 years old, I saw a monk, another monk, sitting on top of that hill, and I could see him. While all the chaos was going here, I saw this monk. He was sitting so peacefully, with a kind of a subtle smile on his face, unmoved, unshakable of whatever is going here now in that war. And this boy said, I actually decided there and then, if I have to become anything, I want to become like him. And he said, I have become. You see, that's a practical vision. He actually saw the vision of a person who actually inspired him to become something that he can constantly stay happy and peaceful regardless of what is happening in the country. And I kept thinking, I said, if an 8-year-old child can do that, why can I not? So anyway, my question is, Atumbai, how can we show the vision or give the vision of the future through our features? I mean, all the answers are very practical though.
Baba used to say in Murli, now you must show the future through your features. We may have the knowledge about the divine virtues, divine qualities, but we must become the embodiment of that virtues. We must make the virtues the part of our life. We must decorate our face with the ornaments of divine virtues. 36 virtues are there. I really would like to imbibe all the virtues in my life. But what I should do for that? Knowledge plus yoga is equal to dharana in calculation. We must increase the power of knowledge. We must increase the power of yoga. Then only we would be able to imbibe all the virtues in our life. Then we can become the live deities, live God and Goddess. And when people would look at us, then automatically they would think, oh, at present, these are so virtuous people. They are having so much divine qualities. They are like a living deities. Then automatically they would think, oh, in future, that golden age definitely will come on this earth. That is why our responsibility, we must imbibe all the virtues in our life. On the tree of my life, I really would like to see all the fruits of divine virtues on this tree of my life. Then automatically we can fulfill Baba's desire. We can show the future through our features automatically.
Yes. That's absolutely. I'll share one experience. When I first came to Australia from Fiji, I joined one of the private international grammar school in Sydney. And the funny and amazing thing was that when I joined in, I think within a week, teachers started asking me that you seem to be someone who must be meditating. I haven't talked about meditation. And I don't think in Australia you'd go and start talking about God and this. But I do know that the only way you can serve is through your features. So I said, yes, I do. He says, how about we form a teachers group and we meet once a week in a room, and the room we found was science lab. I said, very appropriate, we can do experiment there. And we did meditation from 8 o'clock to 8:30, and then everybody ran to classes. It went on for actually 2-3 years. And then I thought, well, I'll introduce this with the students. And then they started loving. And then I found out that meditation is actually not something new, because kids always said that, say, my mom always does meditation, my dad always, whichever meditation doesn't matter, but they do meditation. So kids knew, and they love it too, and every now and then. But I had to be careful with the kids, that whether they want to do meditation or they want to dodge my mathematics work. So you have to read the faces. But I always say, the best way to serve, in addition to what Atambai said, is through your own Facebook. Because there's a lot of problem as a teacher I've seen in school, a lot of problem with the Facebook. At times I walked into corridors and I see children crying, and I would go and ask them, why are you crying? He says, somebody wrote something insulting about me on the Facebook and my friends had a look at it. I said, all these things kind of happen practically in schools. But Baba has given such a beautiful Facebook, this one, that if you just keep smiling, Atambai had the same personalities. You see always smiling. You look at Dadiji, she always keeps smiling. I don't know, hands up if you have never seen Dadiji. Well, there you are. But I tell you one thing, she was an amazing character. Atambai would agree. She was virtually like, I wouldn't say mother or grandmother. Somebody once said to me, says, there was something I was upset about. She said to me, Jagdish Bhai, I do not want you to leave Madhuban being upset. When you are happy, then you leave. She made sure, he says, you tell me, what can I do for you? That's the CEO of such a large organization telling me that what can I do so that I can make you happy, and then you can live peacefully or happily. And, I hold my head, and, that is why I learned from them. I said, why can I not become like that? That people look at my face and say, I like to do meditation too. I like your face. I like your smile. So I would never like anybody to say, oh my God, I shouldn't have seen this guy's face today. My day is gone. I want people to say to me, oh my God, thanks God I saw your face today. Today is going to be the best day for me. That's called serving through features. You agree to that, Atambai? This is why we brought people like, and I have so much respect, because Atambai was originally, in our young days, almost one-to-one tuition kind of tutor who has taught us a lot of things. And if I'm sitting here after 42 years, it's them, her, and you. Om Shanti. Thank you very much.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, both of you, and especially Atam Prakash Bhaiji, for your wisdom and beautiful step to come to Karmateet and how to create our vision. And thank you, Jagdish Bhai, for sharing your experiences and asking beautiful questions to Atam Prakash Bhaiji. Now one more song. He was supposed to give a little commentary, but now we are gone over the time. But next few minutes, he will give beautiful drishti, and we can feel that vision through Atam Prakash Bhaiji. Om Shanti.
fly to the lights. Realize who you are and fly. Fly. Realize who you are and fly. So fly, fly so high, so shine, shine your light. Realize who you are and fly, fly. Realize who you are and fly. Fly higher than the sky. Fly, fly on wings so high to your lover's eye.